All right, I think we're good. Welcome, Amy. Welcome, Dana. Get started. Even though the sun's bright in my face, it's just too nice to not be outside this morning, so here I am. All right. Well, welcome to MapWorks, and we'll just start with our feet about hip width apart, and move into some hearts, some circles. I'm going to try to keep an eye on my phone screen here in case somebody else needs to join us, gets into the waiting room. I'm not sure how long that little notification stays on my screen, and I hate to miss anybody. Just keep breathing, inhaling as your hands travel upward. Exhaling as your hands come down the midline. Let's do that one more time. And slide your hands down the front of your thighs into a forward fold. Put your head hang down, look through your legs. I'm still going to look at my screen here, but bend your knees and just slowly unroll your spine as you make your way up. Reach out, hearts and circles. Inhaling on the way up. Exhaling on the way down. Let's do that 2 more times. Big stretch upward. And 1 more time. Slide the hands down the front of the thighs into that forward fold. Look through your legs. And bend your knees and unroll your spine, 1 vertebra at a time. Let's reach up overhead. Grab your right wrist, lean to the left. And lean to the right. And 1 more time to the left. And 1 more time to the right. Come back to center, bring your hands behind your back. Open your chest and contract your back muscles a little bit as you lift your hands up. We're going to be focusing on the back of our body today. From the upper back to the lower back, glutes, hamstrings, calves, and the soles of your feet, your arches. Let's bring those feet all the way together as we take the hands overhead. Pull the hands into heart center. Hold at the hips and knees. And we're going to just do the upper body the first time through. Right arm underneath, eagle arms. Drop those elbows down and really broaden the shoulders before you start to gradually squeeze the upper arms away from your chest. Really focus on feeling that stretch where your shoulders, neck, and upper back meet. Hands behind the back and open the chest. Let's lift up. Hold the hands into heart center as we fold into chair 1 more time. Open your arms. This time your left arm is on the bottom. Drop those elbows down a little bit. Broaden the shoulders first and then start to squeeze the upper arms upward. Feeling that stretch. Cross your upper back. And come out of that. Open your chest again. We're going to do this 1 more time on each side with the legs crossed as well. I just really wanted to focus on the upper body the first time through. Fold at the hips and knees. This time you cross that right leg over and intertwine. So think about sitting those hips back. This decompresses your SI joints in your pelvis. So basically, you got 2 little very rigid joints in the back of your pelvis. where your hip bone's connected to the bottom part of your spine. Release the arms and the legs. Do that one more time. Big lift up, hands into heart center. Fold at the hips and knees. Cross your left leg over and your left arm on the bottom. Breathing, feel like you're breathing all the way into your belly, so you feel that stretch even down into the back of your pelvis. Exhale, and go ahead and come off that. We're going to widen our stance. Bring the forearms together as you press up the midline. Circle it out. Big inhale up. Exhale. And again, lifting and inhaling. Exhale. Do that one more time. Big inhale, lift up. Now we're going to exhale, come all the way down to a wide-legged forward fold. Let your head hang and lift through your legs. Bend your knees slightly, press into your thighs, and roll your spine. Come right back up. And we're going to take the hands up the midline and circle it out. Moving with your breath. Let's do that 2 more times. And again, that wide-legged forward fold. This time we have your hands in the center, either on the block or down on the ground, and we're just going to bend the right knee and the left knee. And the right knee and the left knee. So hip limbering, side to side. Keep lengthening your spine right down through your tailbone as we go 1 more time to each side. And then just come up. We'll go side to side with the torso raised. And then come on up. And lift up. All right, so turn your toes out. We're going to come into a little squat. Arms at goalpost or cactus, whatever, if you're thinking football, goalpost. And squeeze the shoulders back. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just pulling my elbows back. Right now, my upper arms are parallel or pointing up. And then we're just going to go down and up, rotator cuff. Keep those legs engaged. This is some muscles around the shoulder blade. And then now we're going to move in a different plane. Open and cross. Open. Squeeze the shoulders toward the spine. Open. Back and forth. Take it back up. Take your arms out to the side. Let's turn that right toe out. Come into warrior 2. Again, thumbs are up. Just squeeze the shoulder blades in and out of center a few times. So we're getting those muscles engaging, getting a little blood flow going to them. And then go ahead and turn your front palm up, reverse warrior, into side angle. And again, reverse warrior, and side angle. We'll do 2 more of those. Reverse warrior, and side angle. Hold this one. And then hold the side angle. And then come back up. Thumbs meet overhead, and we'll go to the other side. Turn your left toe out. If you need to adjust your foot or adjust your hip, do so. Thumbs are up. We're going to pinch the shoulder blades into the spine. Let them go apart. Pinch and release. Pinch and release. One more. Pinch and release. Left palm up, reverse warrior. And the side angle. Back and forth. And spine mobilized. If you have a block handy today, I'd encourage you to grab it because we will use it for a little extra stretch at the end of class under our pelvis. I'll be about 3/4 of the way through class. And then side angle. Reach overhead. And then a big wave. Back up. Come back to center. And we're just going to make our way down to the ground. Slowly windmilling our way down. Lower each time. Maybe the knees and the calves. If you need to bend your knees, do so. Ankles. And then if you can reach the ground, do that. And then we're going to make our way down. All right. So we're going to continue to mobilize the spine. And we're going to do that rolling cat-cow today. That means you're just going to let the tail drop around the lower back. Just feel that wave rolling right up through the spine, all the way through the shoulders, and then finally tucking your chin into your collarbones and arching and rolling down. Let's roll it up again, bottom to top. Roll it down. 2 more times, bottom to top. And then relax to neutral. Wag your tail. I said 2 more times and we did 1, but that's okay. Lateral spinal flexion is a big fancy name, but it's just bending the spine side to side. Your spine is so mobile that it needs a lot of support from a lot of muscles. From the waist. And your back muscles are considered part of your core. It's not just the belly. And go the other way. And come to neutral. We're going to move into some bird dogs. So we're going to start out reaching one arm forward, one leg back. Start with the right arm and left leg. Reach it out and bring it down. Left arm right leg, reach it out and bring it down. First side again, reach it out and bring it down. Other side. Now I'm looking about 3 feet past the end of my mat, so my head's a little bit lifted, but not looking straight ahead or looking down. And let's keep going. Left arm, right leg. Bring it down. Right arm, left leg. Bring it down. Left arm, right leg. One more time, each side. And relax. All right, let's wag our tail a few times. I'm on camera here. And a little cat-cow. And then we're going to repeat that. I can do this without hitting the window. I'm going to scoot a little bit here. So now the hand's going to go to the side, and the leg's going to go out. And we're just going to hold the leg this time and just take the arm up and down. So I'm going to extend my left leg and hold it. And my right arm's just going to tap the ground. 1, 2. Don't let your belly sag. 5. A little more movement of the shoulder blade this way. 6, 7, and 8. And tuck it in. Just put a load on that one arm for a little longer, a little more extended time. All right, so same thing on the other side. Extend the leg. And we're going to raise and lower that arm. Up and down. 2. 3. I'm dipping my hand to clear the ledge here. 4. Tap down with the arm. Tap down. That's 6. 7. And 8. All right, bring it in. Wag the tail again. We're going to come down to our forearms. Give our leg a little bit of range of motion now. Belly nice and tight. And sharp our right toe. Toenails tapping the floor. We're just going to squeeze the glute. Lightly touch the toenails. Squeeze up. Lightly touch. Squeeze up. Lightly touch. Squeeze up. Thank you. Lightly touch. 4 more now. And down. 3. And 2. And 1. Bring it in. Move your knees a little bit. Other side. Extend it out. Belly nice and tight. Squeeze. And lower. Lightly touch those toenails at the bottom. So we're not taking the muscle completely out of it here, even at the bottom end. 4. 5. And 6. 7. And 8. Nice. All right. So we're going to do a little stretch here. Fold your hips back. Really reach those arms out. Have your palms down. We're going to do 2 more variations of this. This may not work for everybody's shoulders, so just be mindful of what you're feeling. The second time through, try having the side of your hands on the ground as you pull back. Notice what you feel. It takes a little longer to pull back into that. It should not hurt. Last one, palms are up, and this one will be, will not be doable for everybody. But just pull back until you start to feel that tension. Even if you don't go very far, if you can go farther without pain, do so. It's getting the lower part of the shoulder blade, if you can access that. But everybody's shoulders are put together differently. And that's what we've got to respect our own body's anatomy. We're not all going to be able to do everything the same way. All right, come back up. Let's do a quick cat-cow. All right. So we're going to go ahead and come onto our side and work the glutes. We'll come back to our belly a little later. I'm going to flip around here. I think all right, yeah, that's better. Like the sun, but sometimes it's a little bright in the face. All right, so I'm going to keep my top hip over my bottom hip. And we're just going to open and barely touch. 2 and 3. Keep your belly tight. 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Adding on. So we open, extend, bend, and close. 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 4, 3, 2, all right in here, and 1. Adding on. This is our 4-layer sequence here. Open, extend, flex the foot, point the toes, you bend the knee. Open, extend and flex the foot, lower, point and sweep. Open, extend and flex, lower, point and sweep. Open, extend and flex, lower, and point and sweep. 4 more, flex, 3, 2. So we're kind of piling it on here. And 1. All right. And then we'll finish with the foot out, pointing toe, lower and lift 4 times. Push your bottom leg now. Really push that bottom leg against the ground. Make it root into the ground. 3 and 4. Nice work. Put the hand in front of the chest. We'll lift up. Pull your bottom leg through. And put your hand on your hip. And rock that hip a few times. You might flip over and get the sun anyway. I just delayed the inevitable. All right, so when you're doing this, it should, consciously try to relax and release the tension that you've just built up in that leg. Bring those legs over to the other side, and we'll do the same thing over here. All right. So top hip over the bottom hip, big toes touching, and we're just going to squeeze it open and close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Belly supports the pelvis. 8. Adding on, so open, extend, bend, and close. Open, extend, and close. Open, extend, bend, and close. Open, extend, bend, and close. Open, extend, bend, close. Be move and intentional with your movement. 2 more of these. Last one. Extend, bend, and close. Open, extend and flex, lower down, point and sweep. Open, extend and flex, lower down, point and sweep. Open, extend and flex, lower down, point and sweep. Open, extend and flex, lower down, point and sweep. 4 more. Open, extend and flex, lower down, point and sweep. Make sure your top hip isn't rocking back. You won't get your leg aside, but that's okay. 2 more. Open, point and flex, lower down, sweep it back. Last one. All right. Flex that foot, lower lift 4 times. Now really push that bottom leg against the ground. The second side is always going to be harder just because it was working on that first side, even though you might not have noticed it as much. All right, we are done with that. Put your hand in front of your chest, lift up, pull that bottom leg through, rock your pelvis. All right. So we are going to come back onto our belly now and do this cross body glute and back extension. Hopefully, let's see everything here. So we're going to start out with our right hand on top, forehead on our hand. Just be completely passive before you start. You engage your belly first. Start to squeeze your glutes. Lift your left leg up off the mat. Left thigh off the mat as you're pushing the front of your right thigh down. And lift your head. Reach out. Bring it back. Switch your top hand. Left hand is on the top. Raise your forehead on your hands. Become completely passive. And then start over again. Tighten the belly. Start to squeeze those glutes. Lift your right leg up. Right thigh up, push the front of your left leg into the mat. Lift your head, look straight ahead, and reach out with that left arm. Breathe. Keep holding. And relax. Right hand on top. Forehead resting. Again, completely release between contractions here. You tighten your belly. Squeeze your glutes. There's a lift your left leg up off the mat and reach out with your right hand. Pushing the front of your right leg, your right thigh to the ground. And release. Left hand on top. We're going to do this one more time. So again, tighten the belly first, then the glutes. Go ahead and start to lift your right leg up, squeeze your right glute, and then reach out with your left hand, push the front of your left thigh into the mat. Breathe. And just relax. And we're going to walk our forearms under our shoulders. Controlled back bend, so just slowly let your spine arch. And then engage the muscles around your shoulders. We're going to move our spine up and down between our shoulder blades. So slowly lower it down. This is very intentional. We're not collapsing. And slowly lift it right up through. It's not a big movement. Hopefully you can see it on camera. Spine sinking intentionally through the shoulder blades. And you lift it back up. Do that 2 more times. Sink it down. Keep your belly gently engaged. Lift it up. 1 more time. Sink it down. And lift it up. And release. 2 hands under your shoulders. We're going to press our hips high and our head low. Lengthen our spine without rounding it, but release those little muscles along the spine, the erector muscles. And come into a cat and a cow. And then we're going to flip over onto our back. Have a block handy because we will use it before we come back out of this. So grab it if you have it. All right. So we're going to lay on our back, do some glute lifts. In fact, go ahead and take that block if you have it here. And squeeze your legs, and squeeze it between your legs. That's just going to even out the engagement around the pelvis. So it's not all the outside muscles. We'll do the first set with the hands pulling down and pushing the shoulders into the ground as you lift your hips. Your full foot is on the ground here, so here we go. Lift and squeeze. Lower down. Everything's very intentional. You're not resting. I'm not completely relaxing. Lift it up and squeeze. Lower down. Lightly touch. Lift and squeeze. Down, lift, touch. And again, squeeze it. Brace those arms into the ground. And you're squeezing those glutes like you've got $100 bills between your cheeks.
Outside.
Lift it up again.
Yes, usually you're my first one.
Lower down.
Stay on it.
Let's do 3 more now. Lift it up.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
And lower down. 2 more. And lower down. You'll wake up those big glute muscles. Last one. Hold. Keep holding. Lower down. All right. Take the block out for the next round. Hug your knees between each set. Rock back and forth. All right. Second time through, we're going to do it knees open. So it's going to be counter what we just did. And we're just going to hold the hands together up here, or you can have them apart. We're not going to move the arms this time. I want to focus on what's happening down here. So we're just going to lift and lower the hips. Slide. Feel like you're trying to slide your feet away as you lift up. And now this is really You know, if this bothers your hips to have your knees open like this, you know, just have your legs straight. 3. Bone structure does come into play here. 4. And 5. And down. 6. And down. 2 on up. 7. Big squeeze. And down. You're gonna hold this one. Feel everything that's working. Your glutes. Your waist is bridging the gap between your ribs and your hips. Lower down, and we're going to come into a reclining cobbler's pose. Press the knees open. All right. So we're going to bring those legs parallel again. We're going to do this one on our tiptoes, and that means your calves and your arches get in the act. And they may get a little cranky about being asked to work. They may get crampy on you, so just be mindful of that. And we're going to go ahead and take our hands off the floor. I just want to remove any extra support down here, make the legs do the work. So that's why I have the hands up. If you want to give your hands something to do, let them hold the block, that's fine. Feel funny out here in space. All right, up on the tiptoes, nothing run on my mouth. Let's lift and lower here, lift up, lower down, lightly touch, 2, down, 3, down, 4, fairly touch, slow arches, 5, down, 6, down, 7, and down. We're going to hold this one, 8, holding, holding, and lower down. All right. And down on the ground, let's just rock our feet a few times. That means lift the toes and then lift the heels. Rock through the foot, back and forth. All right. And I promised you a little bit of a spinal release here. Now's the time we're going to do that. So we're going to put the block under our pelvis. Make sure it's not crossing into the lumbar spine. You can either do the flat side or the middle side. So just tuck it in there. And that anchors the sacrum. And then your lumbar spine is kind of stretching off the block, and it's decompressing the space between those vertebrae. This is a nice decompression. If you are sitting for several hours a day, that's a lot of compression on your spine. This is a great way to counteract some of that compression. So just stay here and just take a few deep breaths. Stay here for about a minute. Let that have time to let the muscles along the spine release somewhat. You feel like your collarbone's getting lifted into your chin. But you should be completely passive here. It shouldn't take any muscle power to hold this. Just let gravity and the prop do the work. Close your eyes, breathe in and out. Notice what you're feeling in that lower back. Let's take about 3 more breaths in and out. And press your hips off the block just enough to take it out. Lower down, top to bottom, 1 vertebra at a time. All right, and once your hips are all the way down, we're going to do a reclining pigeon pose to stretch out the hips without putting a lot of weight to our knees. Cross that right leg over and then pick up that left leg. Your support leg determines what you're feeling in that right hip. Left leg's going to be the driver here. Also, you can push your right hand into your leg. So literally just go inside your body, go inside your hip, and let what you're feeling in your hip guide how you move that support leg. left leg down and then cross. Let's just do a quick hamstring stretch before we go to the other side. So I've got my left leg straight now, my right leg I'm holding toward my head. If you need a little bend in the knee, that's fine, as long as you're feeling the stretch more in the belly of the muscle. You don't want to feel a real strong stretch at your sit bone. That's kind of a vulnerable area in terms of potentially injuring yourself. All right, put your right foot down. Now we're going to cross our left leg over our right. Pick up that right leg. So we're back into that reclining pigeon pose. Shifting as you see fit to get the best stretch in that left hip. Got a lot of deep muscles that are hard to reach, both in terms of working them and stretching. That we'll come into a little hamstring stretch now on this side. So you reach the right leg along the mat and just pull that left leg towards your head. And bring that leg down. We're going to come to a seated position, either roll to your side and come up or tip yourself up. And we're going to come to a kneeling lunge. I'm going to do one more thing with the block today to engage the head and the neck muscles. So go ahead and step your left foot forward, lift up your torso, and hold the block between your hands. And you can do this with just your hands, or you can clasp your hands and do this with your upper arms too if you don't have a block. But I'm just putting the block where my skull slopes upward, and I'm pushing my head backwards into the block, and it's engaging the muscles in my neck, the muscles that hold my head up. Reach up, bring that down. We're going to come into a runner's lunge, and focus here on the calf on that back leg, calf and the arch. You should have your heel up. Drop that leg down. Look at the other side. Same thing. Right leg in front. Get the torso as erect as possible. Lift up. Press your head into the block. Feel those neck muscles engaged, but don't get overly aggressive with it. And bring it back down. One more time, runner's lunge. Tuck those back toes under and feel the stretch, especially your calf and your arch. Really? And we'll come off of that, come to a cross-legged position. One rock and little side walk. All right, so let's sit up nice and tall. Hands on your knees. We'll do a few torso circles. Finish with some mobility. A couple of cars getting ready to pull out here, so we'll do a few times each direction. Unwind, but we wind. And then come back to center and just sit nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. And Tuesday was the first official day of fall. We had another changing of the seasons. So we'll close with this thought today. Like the changing seasons, life is cyclical. And looking back at our life, we can see our own symbolic springs, summers, autumns, and winters. Namaste. Thank you for joining me this morning, and we'll be back with Cheer Strength in about 20 minutes. If you're moving on with your day, have a great rest of your day. And we will see you again soon.